I'll ask you some questions. So, all right. So what's your name?
Michael Arnstein from New York.
Okay, and Michael, how long have you been on PowerCranks?
I've been power cranking. I started power cranking, let's see, it's 2000, end of 2008 right now. I started power cranking beginning of 2007, and I started riding. I did put it on my tri bike, and I only rode power cranks on my tri bike for pretty much. As soon as I put them on, I just never rode anything else.
Okay.
I thought they were fun. I actually liked riding with them because they were just it was almost like playing a game, because you can pedal with 1 foot, you can pedal with 2 feet. You know, it was just enjoyable. I felt almost comfortable on them right away. My biking got incredibly better.
Right.
I mean, I was crushing everybody.
Well, you didn't do that the first day.
Within like 3 weeks, I was getting almost all the benefits.
Really? That's pretty quick.
I was biking so fast.
Right.
Then I started racing with them. I never took them off, because whenever I'd ride to other cranks, I just didn't like them. I rode last year in Lake Placid Ironman. We had the second fastest bike split in the whole race, and I rode on power cranks. My marathon just went. I went from running a 2:45 marathon PR to 2:34:07, and I did that in, I don't know. I mean, I think within 3 weeks of riding power cranks, like, I just stepped up across the board. It just, like, overnight, everything changed.
Wow.
I mean, really.
Wow.
I was like, I can't believe these things.
So now, have you seen further improvement as you got? Because I mean, the first month you saw these great improvements. Now you've continued now for 2 years.
Like my hamstrings, my hip flexors, and my glutes. They're more muscle. There's more efficient muscle, a stronger muscle, and even if I don't ride, like during the winter, I don't really ride much. The muscle is still there, and I just run faster.
Right.
I don't get knee injuries. I don't get any lower back problems. I mean, just injury prevention is massive. I haven't been getting injured.
So how old are you?
I'm 31.
31?
Yeah.
And I see here on your little thing, are you primarily a runner? Because it says track club.
Yeah, I'm primarily a runner.
Okay.
And my running has just, like, I mean, it's crazy. And then what changed this year? I started riding stationary RevMaster with power cranks, and I felt like instead of I really get the same benefits in an hour on the RevMaster as I would with like a 2.5 hour ride,
right,
or maybe even a 3 hour ride on my regular bike with power cranks.
Right.
It's such an intense, controlled workout. My cadence is 90 RPM, right on my running cadences. When I get off, I power crank after I run. It's a great cool down.
Have you thought about power cranking as a little warm up before your runs?
I've never done that before, but I can tell you, just running up hills.
Right.
I think I went to the next level when I started power cranking on the RevMaster.
Yeah.
I do 45 minutes to an hour, 5-6 days a week after my running, and I run only about 65, 70 miles a week right now, where in the past I was running like 110, 120 miles a week, and I'm running faster, running 70 miles a week and power cranking for 5-6 hours a week.
Right. So are you training the same amount of time? You're just substituting power cranking for the running time, so you haven't added time.
I haven't added time. I've switched it up so I'm not getting injured, because when I was running 110, 120 miles a week, I felt like I had to eat more, I had to sleep more, I was getting more nagging injuries, I was just more worn out, and by cutting my mileage in half, or cutting it down by 30% and replacing with power cranks, I'm running faster and I'm fresher for my runs.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance we're going to get you to the Olympic standard here in the next couple of years?
I can tell you right now, I run a sub 33-minute 10K on a hilly course. I think if I do, I know I can run a 2:27 marathon now. I just haven't had a good day on a flat course, the right conditions. I don't know if I can run 2:22 to qualify for the Olympic trials, but I can
you got another couple of years.
I got a couple more years. I can say that I think the more I power crank and the more I develop those muscles year after year, season after season, I think if I did like a St. George marathon, which is primarily downhill, I might be able to squeak through I don't know, running 5:20s for 26 miles. That's really fast.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you do that, let us know. We'll interview you again.
All right.
So very cool. So any, we don't have a lot of really runners who, come
you
to.
guys should advertise it in Runner's World.
Yeah, but people don't understand what we are. They think you got to run to get better.
No, it's totally the opposite. I think you got to run less to run faster,
right.
And you got to run without actually running, and the only way you can do that is on PowerCranks.
Right.
I mean, it's
but you tell a runner that, most of them they'll think you're crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I like my competitors, people I train with. I almost don't want them to know that I like PowerCranking so much. Because
don't worry, we're going to try and let them know with this. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are. I mean, you can buy PowerCranks on eBay if you want. You can try to skirt, and get used. But man, I'm telling you, just spend the money, get them brand new, get the bearings that are fresh and new, and I want to PowerCranks. I mean, they're just. If I had to say one single thing, my single best, greatest thing that I've ever done, forget about running shoes or orthotics or fancy bike stuff. I'm telling you, power cranking. If you don't do anything, you power crank, you'll kick ass.
Okay, very cool. Thank you, sir.
All right.